Good evening, Wilmington. What's going on? It's your main man, Big Eye, the talk of the town, Mr. DETVCH.com, Mr. Positivity. And you know, today is a special day here for Wilmington. We have another living legend in Wilmington stopping by, and we want to give him his flowers. Mr. Malcolm-Jamal Warner, brother, thank you for coming to Wilmington.
Thank you, Mr. Positivity.
Hey, you got to be that light.
I'm feeling that.
Got to be the light, man. Again, welcome to Wilmington, and you're here to talk about Malcolm Speaks, right? And your poetry.
Yes.
Now, we all know you from The Cosby Show. We know you from Malcolm and Eddie.
Sure.
But first of all, let me say congratulations on your 2015 Grammy.
Thank you.
Really inspirational. Really heart-tugging. Has poetry always been your thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'll go back. My dad went to Lincoln with Gil Scott-Heron and Brian Jackson.
Wow.
Yeah, he was their RA.
Oh.
My dad went to Lincoln because Langston went to Lincoln.
Okay.
So it's been a part of my life. So like I make the distinction. I'm not a celebrity who likes to do poetry.
Right.
I'm a poet.
Right.
I've always been a poet before I was an actor.
Right.
You know.
Yeah, and I was reading, saw that you were your father named you. Your father, one of his first books he gave you was about Malcolm X, the poetry of Malcolm X.
Yeah, because he named me after Malcolm X and Ahmad Jamal.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
So there was a book called Poems on the Life and Death of Malcolm X.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
My father was very. At a very young age, he was all about making sure that I was very clear on from whence I came.
Okay.
And he used to, I always tell the story that when I would go visit him during my summer vacations in Chicago, he had a thick book called Great American Negroes.
Okay.
And, you know, had chapters on Langston Hughes, Richard Wright, Mary McLeod Bethune, Marian Anderson, the list goes on and on. And he would make me read these chapters and write book reports for him during my summer.
I was really thinking about having my daughter do the same thing at 8 years old.
Yeah.
Because I remember grandmom used to do that, you know.
Yeah.
And when you don't appreciate it when you're younger, but when you're older, it comes out of you.
Yeah. And what happened to me, I was in 5th grade, and I remember I had that book, Poems on the Life and Death of Malcolm X, on my desk. And then kids used to tease me. They're like, "Oh, somebody wrote a book about you?"
Right.
And it was finally in 5th grade that I understood what my father had been doing.
Okay.
You know, I'm like, well, all these kids, all they know is Dr. King.
Right.
So in 5th grade, it instilled in me, it gave me a sense of pride. Like, oh wow, okay, I'm you know, my dad is giving me all of this knowledge that my peers don't have and didn't seem to be interested in.
Wow. So you go, okay, you leave act. I don't want to say you leave acting because you're in the resident. Poetry. You speak everything from love to on Def Comedy on Def Poetry Jam. I love my woman.
Sure.
Right.
Sure.
To now to a more social. Talk about injustice. Spoken word about injustice.
Yes. Well, so I have 3 records out.
Okay.
Right? And all 3 records, like my second record is called Love and Other Social Issues. So my topics have always been. I've always talked about love, and I've always talked about social issues.
Right.
So
right.
And again, part of that comes from you know, what my dad instilled in me.
Right.
So as you said, you don't appreciate it as a young kid, but it comes out.
Right. What else is coming out of you now in your early 50s?
Early 50s. Yeah. Well, I'm a father now.
Congrats.
Thank you. I'm a father and a husband, so that's a whole.
What's that like for you?
Amazing, but it's something that I was never quite sure if I would do. I spent more of my adult years in long-term relationships than not.
Okay.
And when I met my wife, I understood. I keep saying the best thing I could have possibly done was wait.
Talk about it.
You know,
talk about it.
Had I, I had my daughter at 46.
Okay.
Had I started a family even 3 years earlier, I would not have been as effective a father and husband.
Has your daughter changed your life?
They both have.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
they both have, because my wife is she's a walking anomaly. She's amazing,
Right.
and our daughter is amazing because of my wife and because of me and my wife and how we parent, how we roll, how we live life. And I'm thankful that I did not do it sooner, because again, I would not have been ready,
Right.
and I would not have been able to do this as effectively with anyone else.
Or appreciate it.
Oh wow, there's yes, or appreciate it. So to just to piggyback on that, had I met my wife 2 or 3 years earlier, I would not have been able to appreciate her.
Understood.
Or see her the way I saw her when we started hanging out.
Right.
You know, so I'm so grateful. So, fellas, no harm in waiting.
No harm in waiting.
No harm in waiting at all.
I think Ludacris said every man, it was either Ludacris or The Rock, that said every man should have a daughter. Like I have a 20-year-old son, Ivan, and my daughter will be 9 on Monday, Madison, and Madison was born 1 pound 3 ounces. But when she came into this world, the crazy thing about it, I got into TV because of her. Because she changed everything. I blogged about her 289 days in the NICU, and next thing you know, this is where I am, all because of my daughter. But outside of that, you know, children are wonderful, but those little girls will teach you how to love. Do you ever say no to your daughter?
Yes, and it hurts. It hurts when I do. And so here's the thing that's really amazing. So my wife, I can never stop talking with her because she is amazing, and just the way she and I get on, there are how to say it? So with my daughter, right? There are certain lessons that I thought I escaped having to learn, because my wife and I, because the way we get on, like we're good,
right?
But with my daughter, I'm like, oh, I still have these lessons,
that I still right.
Like, oh, okay, yeah.
And that's life. We're always learning, right? If we're not learning, we die. Okay,
no doubt.
On learning, but I got one more before you got to go.
Okay.
And I'm really enjoying this conversation. What are you instilling in your daughter that your father did to you?
Right now, my biggest focus is my biggest focuses are gratitude and discernment.
There you go. That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good. Look, I know we gotta get out of here. Carl is over there giving us the flag. Again, Malcolm-Jamal Warner, Malcolm Speaks. Tell the audience where they can find your poetry, all that good stuff.
You can find me on social media, Twitter, Instagram, Malcolm-Jamal War. Wasn't trying to be fancy, but at the time, that's all that would fit. So at Malcolm-Jamal War. You can go to any of the digital streaming platforms and listen to my music. Like I said, I have 3 records out. I'm finishing my 4th record now that I'll have hopefully done by the end of the summer.
Right, and musician. I forgot to add in there. Crazy bass player.
I'm a bass player.
Crazy bass player.
So if you look for my band is called Malcolm-Jamal Warner's Miles Long. It's a jazz funk spoken word band, and you can also check me out on The Resident.
The Resident, yes.
We just finished our 5th season, and we just got picked up for season 6. So our last episode, our season finale aired last night. Yeah. But season 6 starts April 20th on Fox and Hulu.
I got one more. What's Billions like? Were you on Billions?
No,
you weren't on Billions. I thought I read somewhere you was on Billions.
No, but there was an actress who used to be on the show was on Billions.
Okay, I thought I read you was on Billions. I was like, yo, what was that like? All right. Let's get out of here. Carl, is it okay if we stream the event on TV? Sure. All right, so you can watch the conversation that Malcolm was about to be involved in downstairs in the library on Channel 28 on Comcast right after this. Just tune in. We're going to restream it. We're going to walk down there now. Again, thank you so much. Nice to meet you too, brother. All right, we out of here. We holler at you. All right, can I get a picture real quick, Mal?